oracle card reading, and today we're going to do a reading slightly different. First card that came up was Animal Guardian, Trust Your Instinct. And the owl. The owl is my companion. Who is your spirit guardian animal? We all have one. They appear a lot in your life. Perhaps you have a fascination for a specific animal, or perhaps they seem to show up at very specific times in your life. Perhaps they already have given you a message why they show up, or perhaps this reading can help you ignite some curiosity and understand a little bit more why they show up for you. And how I figured out how a spirit animal works for me is simply, I didn't know much about spirit animals, so what I did, I searched online and I searched what is the spirit meaning of owl, and then of course I read the information. And one day I did this exercise with my group, and believe it or not, we all picked one animal, well, the same animal, and we decided to all do a search online, and we all got slightly different meanings. Even though we're searching for the same animal, we're searching through the same search engine at the same time, we all got like the first little topic on the top of the search. We all got a slightly different meaning, very similar but slightly different, and we all felt like it resonated to what we were going through at that specific moment. In my Patreon, I have a full course on angel numbers and spirit animals, and how to use this information, how to integrate that into your own healing. So the owl has asked me to do a reading slightly different today, and I am going to follow this message, and here I am. So this is the first card, and everything is going to go by intuition here. Joseph of Arimathea, trailblazing and innovate. And I think this reading today is about innovating. Okay, I have thought about this type of reading, and I've held back. And it's time to innovate. My owl is saying it's time for you to do it. The card is saying it's time to innovate. And sometimes in our life we think of something, an idea or a project, or even the simplest thing, like to visit a place or to see a person or to call a person, and we held back. There's several reasons for holding back, okay, but one of the main reasons is our own inner fears. It's our own inner worries. And if we can work through that decision making and pushing through it, we can then understand why the resistance was there in the first place. So this is one of my resistance, perhaps, to innovate, to go through this reading in a completely different way. There's the fear of making mistakes, there's the fear of picking a card and not understanding the card, or not picking up the energy. And I don't mind looking at the book, but when you're doing a recording, straight live on YouTube, how do you edit the gap moments, right? So all these worries about how do I do this? But I'm following through, and I want you to show, because I'm bringing the energy of working with the resistance as I read this. I'm not stepping back away from the resistance. I'm not pushing through the resistance. I'm taking my time. My breath is working with me, and I want to show you, I want to share the energy through this reading for you to understand the energy of how to work through a resistance rather than pushing through it, and hopefully that energy is taken by your energy field at 5D level, at soul level, so that you can pick up these moments more often in your own day-to-day activities. Okay, so it's all about coding. We always sharing energy as we are doing something. There's an energy choreography at play. And I'm here feeling and sensing me working through the resistance. And I have to work through the resistance a few times before in older aspects of my life. So I understand how that energy feels in my body. And perhaps if you are feeling in your root chakra or sacral chakra, or even in your heart chakra, or even your throat chakra, I would like you to just sense these energies, because this moment here that we are together, even though I'm reading oracle cards, there is healing happening. There's awarenesses coming into your energy fields that you're going to be able to pick up later on in your own time, in your own stories, in your own situations. So allow yourself to just feel through this reading, and if it feels really strong, just breathe with it. Okay, there's a message here for you that is going from soul to soul, not necessarily from words to words. Earth star chakra. And yes, perhaps let's just ground a little bit, okay, because the energies are quite strong. I'm working through a lot of my own resistance, and I'm sharing this through this reading. You are feeling it, and if you are feeling it, it's because you are ready to detect your own resistance, your own moment of resistance, but you're also receiving the code of working through the resistance, working with the resistance, so that you can do it yourself in a later stage, in a later situation in your day-to-day life. So let's ground a little bit. If we can kindly just bring some energy and breath of air into your tummy. Breathe in. Breathe deep into your tummy. And if you look at the mandala, the earth star chakra, we're going to send the energy down through your feet into Mother Earth. With each breath in, you might feel tingly, buzzing through your legs. Even restless legs, you might feel a little bit. You're grounding, okay? Mother Earth is going to be sharing with us energy to help us clear and clean our channel, so we can ground firmer into Mother Earth. Nice deep breath down into your channel of light, into Mother Earth, and find a way to hook your light, your energy. And this is a way of working through the resistance. Sometimes we have to stop for a moment and ground, so that we can feel the resistance from a different perspective, from a more grounded perspective. And I feel like we are all more grounded now. And this is a beautiful mandala, very strong red, very strong lines, crosses, triangles, very firm. Yeah, it gives us that firmness of being grounded. And the energies have definitely and the word rising above came when I said, you know, once you're grounded and we are seeing things from a grounded perspective, we are rising above. We get more clarity. We see solutions. We have a freedom of choice. And I can't believe that card came through. And I think this is the magic that the owl was trying to show me, that I am connected to my cards, I'm connected to the energies, I'm connected to the message. And yes, this has lit up my heart a little bit, quite a lot actually. And we are being innovative here. We are learning to understand how to work with and through our own resistance through this oracle reading. And if you stay put, stay with me, it's not about questioning, it's about feeling, and then go on about your life when you finish listening to this recording. And then when your situations in your life come, you will be sensing the resistance, and you will know how to work through the resistance by using exactly these sensations that you are feeling through this call. crucifixion because we have a choice, okay? When we push through the resistance or sometimes step away from the resistance, it's a self-sabotage. It's a self-sabotage element of ourselves. We are afraid of the outcome. We're afraid even of success. We are afraid of opening ourselves up because we need to feel safe. So every resistance is a moment for us to decide, are we self-sacrificing? Are we self-sabotaging? Or can we move forward through the fear, move through the fear with breathing, with grounding, to allow us then to see a higher perspective and clarity, that perhaps there's something we're doing that is limiting ourselves. Don't worry about anyone else, only about what's limiting ourselves. Okay? The crucifixion, as we all know, it was a major act of love to humanity. Regardless whether it was planned, divinely guided, or wanted or not wanted. Yeah? Like I said in the last video, sometimes we are guided by the Holy Spirit, and the situation might not be the best. But look at the crucifixion situation, how it was done to save all of us today. Yeah, and it didn't look positive, it didn't look like a happy ending. But it was done to help us see this divine love that we have within. And we all journeying through that self-love now, through that Christ consciousness. It left us this legacy to follow. And like I said, it was made from a divine moment, and it didn't look right. But the timeline was held, and here we are in that timeline, experiencing the Christ consciousness ourselves, sharing the Christ consciousness ourselves and to others. My heart is really glowing now. The truth is revealed, revelation. And the reason I went to that card is because I kept looking at that feather, and look at that feather here. Okay? You know your truth. You know the truth of the world, the universe. You have your own knowingness. And it's trusting that knowingness. I knew my spirit guide was telling me to come here and do a reading completely different. The owl is one of my strongest spirit animals. And I'm here and I'm sensing, I'm feeling the guidance. And for you, you are receiving all these codes of energy blueprints that you will start to notice in your own energy field. And it's for you to trust what's being revealed to you through energy. It's about sensing the moments in your life rather than trying to think through the moments in your life. That's how your truth is revealed. What's being shown to you? Are you limiting yourself? Are you feeling resistance? Are you moving through joy? Yeah? It could be anything, but how are you sensing that truth within yourself? And if that truth is purely from your heart, can you hold that timeline to create a reality in the future or right after that resembles that moment of truth that you felt when you make that decision? Trusting and holding. Tapping into primal power. And your primal power comes from your root chakra, okay? From grounding, from working with your foundation. Your knowingness is your foundation. Your ability to communicate with your spirit guides with the spirit, with your guides, with the messages that you are receiving subtly, is your primal power. And as you ground, when you are feeling resistance, you are going deep into this primal energy. And as you go deep into it, you activate your channel of light within to help you with clarity, resolution, and rise above it. You're able then to see the situation through different perspectives, a perspective that is closer to your truth. And this is how your truth is revealed to you. It's nothing to do with anybody else. It's how your truth is revealed to you. And right now we are sitting in that primal power of energy. We have grounded and we are receiving all these downloads. We are receiving all these downloads. And as we receive the downloads, we are receiving everything related to duality, okay, reciprocity. We're going to see the truth, and the truth has a duality. The truth has a way of showing us how we were seeing the situation and how we're able to see the situation now, and it can be two different things. It can be very contradictory to each other. And then you have a choice. Which one do you go for? Which one do you step into? But what if you hold your shadows as well as much as you hold your love in the same space, in the same light? You would have a much greater understanding of this duality within yourself. Because the shadows aren't here just to show us that which we don't want to see. The shadow is here to go deeper into which we desire. Because when you truly know your shadow, you know what you don't want, you know exactly what you want. So holding your shadow in the same space that you hold your love, it's very empowering, very empowering. I have managed to go to that place a few times, not always, but I have managed to go to that place a few times. And when you do, the shadow is just as important as the love, equally. It's an equal balance, and it's an incredible feeling. It's an incredible revelation of your truth. It's an incredible revelation of your truth. And it's so empowering because it brings you such a big dynamic into your consciousness. It opens your consciousness to a new level of understanding. And this is how you expand your reality. Softly, softly, the tender touch. And once we go through this merging of a shadow and light, and we find a truth and we expand in our truth, we rise above it with our consciousness. There's that moment of inner realization that we are loved, that we are protected, that we're not alone. There is a greater understanding why we are on earth, why we've been through what we've been through. And sometimes it lasts only a moment, and sometimes it lasts long enough that helps you then continue to evolve through your healing journey. And it might come back later on again for you to see, but there's always that moment of compassion to yourself that comes from seeing your own truth, truly seeing your own truth from the love and the shadow. We're not here alone. We're not going through this journey alone either. We are protected. Your crown is open. Your energy field is expanding. You are seeing your own compassion. These tears are tears of love, of self-love. And you have this power, this empowerment, this truth in the palm of your hands. In your hands. When you touch people, when you touch yourself, when you send love, when you receive love, it's quite an incredible moment. Ready but waiting. And eventually get to this moment of readiness. You have come to a situation and you have detected your energy choreography, perhaps sensing in yourself resistance, perhaps sensing in yourself anxiety or fear. And you are ready now to work with it as you move through the situation. And you're going to have a few goes at it. A few situations will come through as it comes all in patterns and cycles for us to see, for us to evolve through it. And you're ready. And that moment of waiting, perhaps hesitation, perhaps reassessment, perhaps inner reflection, perhaps remembering to sense the energies and understanding that you have the tool to move through your own resistance. And as you ground yourself, take that moment to ground, ready but waiting. You get there. You get to that space where you can work through, like I'm working through here, reading the oracle reading after grounding. I felt much easier in myself. Doing a reading is slightly different than I have been doing. I'm new to this, and I'm so blessed with all the views and the people listening and commenting. But I have my fears, I have my resistance, and I'm working here on video for me, and also finding a way to express how I'm working through it, to see if something that you can detect in yourself that perhaps you are already doing. I think we are already doing, but can we be gentler in ourselves as we do it? Where you need to be, and acknowledge how you're feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. I just said it. Acknowledge how I'm feeling through this reading, and I am sharing openly, very openly, that I am working through my resistance as I read this. And this is a reading for you too. It's not just for me, it's for you too. There is reciprocity in here. Yeah? We're all working through resistance all day long. All the routine can be a resistance. Scheduling can be a resistance. 9 to 5 work can be a resistance. Being in groups can be a resistance. Everything can be a resistance. And how are we detecting how this resistance is affecting us? By acknowledging that we are resisting. Sometimes we struggle because it's so deep in our subconscious that we struggle to see, understand with words, or perhaps even analyze it, or even become aware. But if you are more at ease with the sensations that's coming through your body, perhaps using the sensations to first realize that you are feeling resistance, will then trigger the subconscious to bring you the information of why you're feeling resistance. And this is one of the things that I know my energy field can do, is to code, bring the energy, the blueprint of certain aspects of energy for people to feel and recognize in themselves. So perhaps this reading is about you recognizing how you feel your own resistance, because the codes are floating all the way around here in this call. Yeah, it's just floating, it's just happening. And if you can sense, you will be able to recognize in yourself the records. Remember why you came, be bold, legacy. And I felt a bit bold saying that my oracle cards reading will share blueprints of certain types of energies. Look at this lady sharing codes. We all do this. We all do this through emotions, through our thoughts. We are always sharing these codes. The difference is that we're not aware that we are sharing this code, and that we're also picking up these codes from others. When you start to become more attuned to your energy field, what your energy field is doing, playing out, sensing, what does it mean, how can you interpret, you can then start using energy to then bring awareness and release trapped and blocked subconscious information that you need for your healing, for your moving on forward. It's all within our Akashic records. It's all within our Akashic records. It's about going in and sensing, bringing it up to the surface, utilizing it as a tool. We all have this ability. Yes, I have been working, been guided to work. I didn't know how to work with energy, but I've been guided, I've been shown through situations and my curiosity to then notice patterns and how things evolved through my healing journey. And you're going to have your own patterns, your own information through your healing journey. But can you sense more? Can you feel more? And this is how you can use just another different tool, not just the mind, not just the emotions, but also the energy, to then allow you to see this. And yeah, like I said, I felt very bold saying it, with a hint of, should I, do I need to say it in that way? But then the card came up, and again, it's sitting in your truth, right? It's sitting in that decision making that you felt, that came through your heart, in your foundation of a primal powers that you know exist within yourself, and holding that timeline. We talked about this in the last video, just holding your timeline so that your timeline continues to evolve and be generated in your reality. Yeah, otherwise it keeps floating, switching back and forth, different things, and this is how we get stagnant and stuck, because the universe doesn't know what to deliver. The universe just can't match the changes to deliver exactly what we are, because we are changing ourselves, right? Isis, the goddess of magic. Sexual energy sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. And I'm going to focus here on the goddess of magic. We are doing magic every single second that we are sensing energies, because as we sense energies, become aware of what they are, we have a choice. We have a choice of creation. And this is how we can change our reality. We can all be in the same situation, and people have different outcomes in that situation. They are creating their own reality. You are creating your own reality. And you probably have asked, we all here involved, we all have a role play in this situation. How is that some people have different outcomes, you could say better outcomes, but compared to others? And that's all because they're holding a certain energy frequency from the moment that they made that decision in that situation, in that timeline, and they're holding that timeline. Some people might just shift between different timelines because they feel influenced, and they're allowing themselves to be influenced by others' judgments and criticism. Or sometimes you decided to change your timeline because you realized that perhaps you needed to work through a timeline of the divine heart rather than fear. So this is magic. This is how you change your reality. This is how you co-create with the magic of the universe. And you have that power. And that power comes from that moment of discernment of energy. That moment of discernment of energy. And even in a moment where you are feeling gratitude for healing that you have just completed or achieved, in that moment you are integrating these energies, so when they come again you are more aware of them. You are more aware. The Rainmaker, love this card. I love this card. You are creating. You are creating your storm. You are creating your rain. You are creating your sunshine. You are creating your cloudy day. You are the Rainmaker. You are the Magician. This is the Magician card as I see it, but this is a card that you have that power, you have that understanding, and it will come through energy more so than anything else, and eventually will be materialized on the 4D and 3D through thought. That was my chair, by the way, squeaking. Through thought, through heart, your heart and mind connection, and will materialize in your day-to-day life. I'm sensing the energy, the frequency, slightly dropping, and I think what I'm sensing in this energy right now is we move through the wave of resistance. We are on the other side now. The resistance passed behind us, and this is what I'm sensing right now. So I would like us to step in our heart chakra to raise a frequency, because it does take a lot of energy to push through a wave of fear, a wave of anxiety. I'm going to take just 2 angel cards to help us and call these angels. Beautiful. Okay. Archangel Azrael, it's time to let go, prepare for change. We literally just let go of that resistance. I felt the frequency dropping, and we're now ready to let it go and ready for change. Unakite, answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. And I just said, we worked through the resistance passed behind us, and we are here now. Prayers are answered because we worked through that resistance. We asked for help. And I just ask you kindly to go in your heart, take a few breaths to go in your heart. Expand your heart with divine light within, your divine light. Feeling the gap or where that resistance was living in your heart space, and fill it with your heart light. We ask Archangel Azrael to help us to let go of resistance, and we are ready for change. Allow the angel, the archangel, to work through you. Allow sensations to move through you as you expand your heart. As you expand your heart, beautiful expansion of the heart. And nothing like an animal, spirit animal card to finalize contemplation, apathy, new opportunities. The frog, 4 cups. Allow yourself to contemplate from this reading, from the energies that you felt. Allow yourself to sense these energies later on in your day-to-day activity. Allow yourself to just go with the flow. And allow yourself to just be. Just be. You've done the work. You let it go of resistance. We did it together, and thank you for being here with me. No matter when you're watching this, the energy will continue in the recording. It's coded, it's ready. And every time a person listens and releases resistance, it helps our own fields as well. We help each other. We are now a collective releasing resistance. Thank you very much.